Where's my chocolate milk? Hey, it's Larry here from Xbox Live's Major Nelson.
Hey, everybody, I'm Ryan McCaffrey with IGN.
How's it going, folks? I'm Graham Boyd, Xbox Live's AC Bongos.
Hello, my name is David Braben. I'm CEO of Frontier Developments.
This is Aaron Greenberg. I lead the Xbox Games marketing team. I'm very excited to be talking with the Party Chat podcast,
the official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit.
Today you are listening to the Party Chat podcast.
And welcome to the Xbox One Party Chat podcast.
Xbox on.
Game on, baby! Wow! Let's do this.
Hello and welcome to the Xbox One Party Chat podcast. It's the official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit, and I'm this week's host, Delicious Cheese, and I'm joined by the most lovely queen of cosplay herself, Carina. Hello, Carina. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Rhys?
I'm fantastic, as always, if you can't tell by my super upbeat tone of voice. It's high. And we're actually joined by a super special guest who is actually the very, very, very first, I don't know why I had to say that 3 times, but it's the veriest of firstest of guests who actually is just a regular poster from the subreddit, although this guy is in no way regular. And this is Uchendu, aka Undunn. Is that your gamer tag? Yeah?
Yes, that is. Absolutely.
So, Uchendu, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Basically, for anyone who's wondering, Uchendu here is the guy who made the front page of the subreddit earlier this week because you were what?
I was waiting in line. I was the first person in line to buy an Xbox One X at the Microsoft launch event in New York City.
Yeah, and when you say first in line, you got in line like what, 31 hours ahead?
That's correct. Yeah,
31 hours.
31 hours.
Did you go like? Are you allowed to go out of the line for maybe food or the toilet at least? Like, what
yeah,
do you do?
oh yeah. I mean, everyone in line knows who everyone is, and everyone knows that who was first and who was second and whatnot. So if you step out to go get some food, go to the bathroom, any of that kind of stuff, it's no big deal.
Oh, that's really nice. But Uchendu, we're gonna grill you on this because this is a really cool thing. But before we do, I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple people from the subreddit. First of all is to user Doll Righty, who gave an epic set of feedback on the last podcast. Thank you so much for that. This guy wrote a huge novel, basically, explaining what he likes and what he doesn't like about the podcast. And actually, one of his ideas was to bring people from the sub onto the podcast. So here you go. Hope you're happy with that. And, so thanks for that. And also to anyone who's listening who has feedback, positive or negative, do not be afraid to throw that stuff at us because we actually do love hearing all of it from you, because, if we're making a podcast that you don't like, then you need to tell us. And if we are making a podcast that you do like, it's nice to tell us that too. You can tell us. But also I want to give a quick shout out to Carol Greenwell and also Lee Welsh. I hope I'm saying it correctly, Welsh, on Twitter, as well as Canada Guy. How you doing, buddy? I know you're listening. Who all sent in some positive feedback to me last week. So thanks guys. You're pretty awesome. But now that I've got that stuff out of the way, I'm just gonna swing the camera back to Uchendu here because he's by far the most interesting person sitting in this.
Oh wow!
We're in his virtual room at the moment. So, man, describe everything. I know you wrote a huge feedback post. You can either read that back. Please don't read that back. But just give us the lowdown, man. Like, what happened?
Just from background, I knew that I was going to do this launch event for maybe about a month ago. I just decided I was going to do it. Just went over there on Sunday, hung around a bit, 3:00, went to the store, said hi to some people, went around, got lunch, and then finally at around 5:30, pulled out my chair, sat down right in front of the store, and put my headphones on and just kind of sat and started waiting. And from then on, it was great. I mean, the store staff were amazing. They came out, they introduced themselves, they offered water, snacks, what have you. And they were excited. I mean, these guys were visibly excited. They were like, "Oh my God, someone's actually waiting." And it was great to see that kind of enthusiasm from them. And then it was just, I made the post on the subreddit saying I was first. And then from then on, I was just like, okay, I'm just sitting here and I'm keeping up with the subreddit and
R.I.P. your inbox.
R.I.P. my inbox. Every time I look down at my phone, 30 new replies. Like, okay. So that was fun. That was basically how it started. I mean, it was just me by myself over there for probably 5 hours. Aaron Greenberg was the first to come out and say hello. And he's a great guy. I mean, I've seen him speak going back to the launch of the Xbox 360. He did events in New York, and had people come out, and I've kind of seen him speak in those things as well. And he's just a great guy. He's super enthusiastic.
Aaron is so cool. We've had him on the podcast 2 or 3 times now, and I've met him in person before as well, and at Gamescom. And he's just so genuine, and he seems to always have time to speak to you. Like a lot of
absolutely
a lot of guys in the industry, they're super busy. Like for example, it's hard to catch Major Nelson for 10 minutes because he's always got to be somewhere.
But that's true.
But Aaron always seems to have time. I don't know how or why, but he's just such a cool dude. But sorry,
absolutely.
Please continue.
Yeah, no, I mean, he came out, he said, hey, hello, and then I noticed on the subreddit, Major Nelson replied and said he was going to come out soon. So I was looking forward to that, and he did come out. And I mean, like you said, he's super busy. I mean, he only had maybe a couple of seconds to just come out and say hi before he had to run to another meeting. But it was great, just meeting all those guys, meeting the staff from the store, even some of the video production crew, some of the event staff, event setup crew, all those guys were all coming out and saying hello, and it was just super fun, just hanging out and watching things develop.
So this is still the first night, right?
This is still Sunday, yeah. This is still the first evening.
No, this is like before the day of the launch.
Exactly. This is still over 24 hours to go.
I feel like this is some sort of holiday. Well, I suppose it is a holiday. We should make it a holiday. I feel like we should have a launch day holiday. Like, it should be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we
totally.
should tell our bosses, like, guys, sorry, just can't do it this week. It's a launch day holiday. We did declare a subreddit holiday, much to the annoyance of quite many people. We sort of eased up on the shit posts and let people post their new console. But everyone's excited. Have some fun, guys. Jesus.
Absolutely. No, it's great.
So where did you sleep? In your chair?
Basically, yeah. So around 10 o'clock was where the next people showed up. And those guys were great. They play guitar. They had their acoustic guitars with them, and they were just jamming out all evening long. But yeah, when it came time, when everything started shutting down at around 10 p.m., we just hung out right there on the sidewalk and kind of tried to get some sleep in our chairs or lying down and whatnot, and waited out the night. Halfway through the night, like around 1 p.m., they made us leave so they could wash the sidewalk. And I took the opportunity to go to my car and get some sleep there because I left my car was around the corner. So I got some sleep there, but only for a couple hours, and came back, and the rest of the night spent right in the chair, right in front of the store, just getting as much sleep as possible.
Of course. And then?
God, so Monday obviously went a lot quicker. I mean, we started I woke up at 8:30, and from almost that moment on, it was just like, go, 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 because it was just, people were just coming in, people were stopping by to say hi, random strangers just walking by were all coming to ask questions like, why are you guys waiting? What's going on? What is this Xbox you're talking about? And so it's very little time to kind of just take a breather and sit and relax for a little bit. And of course, I'm still trying to keep up with the subreddit and everything. All the guys from the video production crew, they're rehearsing, they're They're setting up their cameras. They're setting up the lights. They're setting up all this stuff. It was a little bit crazy. The real festivities started at around 6 p.m.
Okay.
And that's when stuff started to happen. The first thing, which I kind of alluded to this in the feedback thread, but I didn't really tell this story yet. But we were all standing. So we were all sitting there, kind of speculating on what was going to happen, what they were going to do, what was planned. A lot of guys were thinking, hey, maybe we'll get free consoles. Maybe we'll get free TVs. Maybe we'll meet some celebrities and so on. For me, I didn't think I was going to get anything for free because I've been doing these kinds of launch events for the past 10 years or so. And one of the common things that I've noticed is that when you have these launch events, you get a lot of free stuff. You get free swag. You get free things, maybe some games, accessories, clothes, shirts, what have you. But the thing you're there to buy is usually not free. They want you to pay for that thing because you're there for that. That's the whole point.
Of course.
So, like, when I waited for the Halo 3 launch, I still had to pay for Halo 3. I still had to pay for the game. I still had to pay for, previous consoles I bought at these launch events. So I was just there thinking, no, this is not going to happen. I'm going to have to pay for this console. And I was ready for that. I was ready to just go in and put my credit card down and pay for everything. But around 5:30, one of the guys from the store, I forgot his name. I really wish I wrote down some of these names, but he came up to me and said, hey, you're first in line, right? I said, yeah. And he said, well, why don't you come into the store and we'll get some things sorted out. And I came into the store. All of a sudden, all the store staff were all clapping and cheering. And this is not the launch event, by the way. This is 5:30 in the afternoon before any of the festivities have started. But I walk into the store. They were like, hey, clapping and cheering. Congratulations, you're first. It was fantastic. And then he pulls me over to the counter and says, so this is what we're going to do. We know you're here. We know you didn't get a pre-order. We're going to give you the Xbox One X for free.
No.
No. I can see. I can just sort of feel Carina on the edge of her seat. Like,
I actually am. I love stuff like this because I'm that person. I'm the same. Like, obviously I work the midnight launches now, but I used to be that person that would go first in line. I go to conventions and I get up at stupid time to be first in line for no reason whatsoever.
She really does.
I am that person.
You were up at like 3 a.m. for EGX, right?
Yeah, and I think I'd had like an hour sleep and fell asleep during like the PUBG line. But no, I feel like I feel where you're coming from because I've been there.
It was fantastic. I mean, I hugged the guy. I was just like, oh my God, this is incredible. And that was at 5:30. So after that, I was just over the moon the entire rest of the night. Went back to the line, told everyone that I was getting a free Xbox, and they were all super, super happy, and it was great. And that was 5:30. So then 6 o'clock is when stuff really started happening. The first thing they did was they gave us all these lanyards. And
always lanyards.
So you think lanyards, but I gotta tell you, these lanyards are like collector's item lanyards. These are crazy. They're like this thick piece of acrylic with your credentials and like the Xbox logo laser etched onto them. And they're like individually numbered. I mean, these are premium lanyards.
Wow. Never thought I'd hear someone talking about a premium lanyard and actually think I want one, but because I have like a drawer full of lanyards.
Oh my God! So do I mean, I have a drawer for lanyards as well. I go to PAX and all these get all these lanyards. This lanyard is a one of a kind lanyard. It was so premium. Like the neck strap had the Xbox One X logo on it in this raised stitching. Like the stitching was at least 3 or 4 millimeters raised off of the strap itself. It's just super, super nice. So we got these lanyards, and then we were asked to go upstairs to the 7th floor, which, if you don't know, the Microsoft store in New York City, there's only 3 floors which are accessible to the public. The main floor, the upper floor, and then there's a 3rd floor for Dell has a studio up there. And those are the only floors that are accessible to the public during normal business hours. However, there are 3 more floors above that. One of them is the Mixer Studio, which is sort of an esports studio. They film a bunch of stuff on Mixer there. And then above that is like private presentation spaces, like, meeting rooms and stuff like that, where they have special events. And of course, this counted as a special event. So they sent us up to the 7th floor, and that's where all the Xbox One X demo units were. We could play them. It was great. We just spent maybe half an hour because at that point, there were probably 150 people in the line. So they had to get everyone through.
Of course.
But yeah, we all got to play Xbox One X demos. I played Assassin's Creed Origins for the first time, which looks amazing.
Oh my God, we have to talk about that after the story time is over.
So that was great. They had like a green screen thing where you could get your picture taken, and they would add these crazy backgrounds to it. I didn't do that, but I was too busy playing games. But
priorities, man.
Exactly. But they had that, and then when you go back downstairs, they give you a swag bag, and the swag bags had some really cool stuff in them. Had a pin, had a T-shirt, and had a Mixer selfie stick, which I thought was curious.
Well, Josh Stein is
it's a selfie master.
Yeah, he's like the king of selfies, and he's recently got promoted into Mixer, so I think that's his influence there. Hi, Josh, by the way.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
And again, like the swag bags themselves, also premium swag bags. Okay,
the swag bag itself.
The swag bag itself is like
not just some cheap like drawstring sack.
Not just some treat, nothing like that. I mean, this is a backpack. It's a drawstring backpack, but the drawstrings are this really thick, like, I mean, you could probably pull a truck with it. That's how thick the drawstring is. It's super thick. And the bag itself has a nice Xbox One X logo on it. It's got zippers. I mean, it was crazy. It was a really good bag. Like, I would pay probably $30 or $40 just for the bag.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to cut in here for a little tangent because you're talking about all this swag, and I know that the 3 of us in particular are obviously all not convenience. What's the word? Conference hounds. We go to conferences and stuff like that. What is your favorite piece of random Xbox swag that you've gotten over the years?
Oh, wow.
Just any one item. I can go first if you like. I can tell you. And that is, I have an Xbox One towel, like a body towel that you dry yourself after the shower with.
Is it green or is it white and green? Like, is it white with green?
Okay, so it's white with green on one side and green with white on the other side.
Oh, wow.
Double-sided.
A duo towel.
Yeah. It's a really high quality towel too. It's my favorite towel. And yeah, that's my favorite random piece of.
So what does it? It has the Xbox logo on it, I presume.
Yes.
Is it like the 360 version of the Xbox logo, or all the way back to like?
It's the Xbox One.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. How'd you get that?
It was given to me by Agostino. Hi, Ago. I know you're listening. Who is the head of the ID at Xbox program in Europe, and I met him in London last year About the same time as it is now, about a year ago, yeah. And he just handed me this bag of stuff, and inside this bag of stuff happened to be a Xbox towel. And I was like, what is this? Like, I've gotten swag bags before, they contain t-shirts and posters, but every now and again, you just get something that's like the crown jewel. And for me, it's the towel. Like, what is yours? Do you have anything weird like that?
So I don't know if this counts as swag because I actually bought this, but
it can count.
If you go to the Microsoft employee store or the Microsoft company store in Seattle, they have all this crazy stuff there. I bought an Xbox controller-shaped pillow.
Oh, a pillow?
Oh, a pillow?
Yeah.
I want one.
Wow.
It's a pillow. It's shaped like
what controller?
An Xbox controller, like the Xbox One controller.
Oh my god,
that's amazing!
It's just shaped like that. It has like the buttons and everything, and it has the colored buttons and the D-pad and everything, and the trigger bumps at the back and stuff like that. But it's a pillow.
Is it like a sleeping pillow or like a pillow for your sofa?
It's like a pillow for your sofa.
Nice.
That's cool.
What about you, Carina?
Myself. Actually, I've got two because one's like it's my mum, but my family.
I already know what your mum is.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to mention because it's like the best swag like my family have ever received.
Yeah.
Myself, I'm a bit of a sucker for t-shirts, so I don't really have like a favourite swag. I've just got loads of. I collect swag. I'm the same. I've got drawers full of like random pins, stickers, USB sticks in various forms. I think I've got a controller USB, a Halo USB. But I'm a sucker for t-shirts. So I've got all sorts of different different ones from different games that I've just either gotten free from like conventions or I don't know, I've won or something. So with swag wise, I'm just probably t-shirts mainly. I haven't had anything as cool as a towel.
Or a pillow.
Or a pillow, I know. I really love it.
Guys, when you see Carina next, you got to up your swag game, seriously.
I know. Please give me all the swag. I love a good swag bag. But no, in terms of like the ultimate swag, I'll always be jealous, and I'm still not allowed to touch the controller, even though I managed to get a hold of it when I visited back home. But my mum won a Sea of Thieves engraved and designed Xbox One S plus a controller, and it's beautiful. It is absolutely stunning.
It's like golden etched.
Like you can't even like explain how nice it is unless you actually see it and touch it because it's just so pretty. Like it just needs to be framed and not touched, which is kind of why I've been banned from it. But I managed to get hold of the controller. But no, thanks to everyone at Rare and obviously the Sea of Thieves team for that. I'm highly jealous. So if you'd like to send me one too, that'd be nice. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'll take one as well.
Yeah,
actually.
Why don't we go?
All three of us. We'll get one for Uchendo as well.
Why not? Of course.
I would love one.
Group swag.
Oh, indeed. But Uchendo, that was my tangent, but I thought that was pretty great. Let's swing back to the story now. So you've come back downstairs, gotten your swag bag, and you've gone back in line, right?
You're right. So this is probably around 6:30, around probably 7 o'clock. Came back down to the line, and this is when the celebrities started showing up, and we're all in line. And we're all waiting. We all have a view into the store, and the store is closed to the public at this point. But so now the celebrities start showing up. The first one was Caleb McLaughlin, who plays Lucas in Stranger Things.
Oh,
all right.
The black kid who makes the most sense. Yeah, he was playing Forza and the big display in the front, and we could all see him, and he was great. And then he came out, he kind of worked the line a little bit. I got my picture with him. It was amazing.
Nice.
And then a little bit of a lull, and we're waiting for the next celebrities to show up, and the next one, and the next one. And the anticipation in the line for, oh my God, who's going to be next? Who's going to be next? It was palpable. And then the next person pulls up in this stretch limo.
Oh, God.
Security is crazy at this point. Barricades all over the place. We're looking around like, oh my God, who's in this stretch limo right now? Just pulls up. Turns out to be Shaquille O'Neal.
What?
And
Shaq came?
Shaq. The Shaq, okay? And
Oh, I can see that though. I can see that happening.
he steps out of his limo. He goes in through the back entrance. He doesn't come directly through the front entrance at first. He goes to the back entrance. And you can see him inside the store. He's mingling. He's he's talking to all the people. Aaron Greenberg was there the whole time with these celebrities, kind of,
Oh, I want to see Aaron and Shaq together because Aaron's like 5'2", and Shaq is however tall he is. That would be amazing.
I think I posted a picture where you could see them together.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's in the.
I read
the
the thread, but I didn't have a chance to open the album that you put in there, so now I have an excuse to do that.
Yeah, so you can see all those pictures. I mean, Shaq was in there, and I don't know if you've ever seen Shaq in person.
No.
And I confess, this is the first time I've actually seen him in the flesh in person. Seeing him in pictures does not do justice to just how big and imposing this man is. He is a giant. He is so big. You feel like he will literally crush you into a ball. You'll get sucked into his gravity and never escape.
you gotta make sure you stand outside the event horizon.
Exactly. He's that big and that imposing. Because he's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And I guess 300 pounds or something like that. He is a huge, huge, huge man. And I mean that with the utmost respect, because, he's an athlete and he's amazing. But it was just so and I'm 6'5", by the way.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, I'm the tallest guy in the room. But I'm standing next to this man and I'm just like, oh my God, I feel like a kid. I feel like a child standing next to him. But he's such a great guy. He's super gracious. He came out, he worked the line, he was shaking people's hands. I got to shake his hand and taking pictures and stuff, and he's an amazing guy. The next person to come out was Ronda Rousey, who I don't know if you know. I
have no idea.
She's I want to say this right. She used to be in the UFC. I think she still is, and she is the most dominant female athlete in the UFC, female fighter in the UFC for a very long time.
Cool.
And she's amazing. She's super pretty, and she came out. It was just fantastic. She's also a big gamer, as far as I know.
Okay, I'm actually scrolling through your pictures right now while you're speaking. I went back to the thread. I can see you here. There's so many amazing pictures. I'm gonna let you keep talking, but this is great.
She's an amazing gamer. She worked the line as well. She was really gracious. And it was fantastic to just be in her presence because, yeah, celebrity.
Yeah.
And then she went inside the store as well, and herself and Shaq were kind of playing Forza 7 together as well, and it was great. And we were all just staring at them like, oh my God. And then we had some other people. Conan O'Brien was there, made a brief appearance. And Liam Payne from One Direction also made a brief appearance. So we were all kind of just starstruck as all that was going on. And at the same time, lots of people from Xbox were also milling around. Graham Boyd was there. Graham. I got my picture with him.
Yeah, I can see that picture here. It's great. Graham is so good fun. He's really good value, Graham.
Absolutely. And I actually never seen him in person until today. I know he comes over and does stuff with Major Nelson. a bunch of times, but this was the first time I actually got to see him and say hi, and that was fun. Also, Albert Pinello was there, and that was fun because you know the name, but I've never actually seen the person before, so that was fun to meet with him.
I've never met Albert before. Actually, I've spoken to him a couple of times, like on the subreddit and whatnot, but I've never met him before. Actually.
Mm-hmm. And he's a great guy too. I mean, all these guys are great. They were all out here. Sure, they were busy, but they were all having as much fun as we were in the line. So it was just a fantastic event.
And Phil was there, right?
Phil was there. Oh yeah, he was there. I mean, obviously he's pulled in like 20 different directions all the time, so you could barely ever get to talk to him. But he always made some time for us in the line, especially with me. I don't know if you saw in the pictures, the guys behind me with the guitars, they actually made up a song about waiting for the Xbox One X while they were in line, and they played it, and they were so much fun. They played it for Phil Spencer, they played it for Aaron Greenberg, and they were all into it. It was fantastic. So that was super fun. But then around 10 p.m. is when the live stream started, and that's when stuff started. That's when it was time to get what we came here to get. Mm-hmm. But coincidentally, that was also the time the temperature dropped like a stone. So. As soon as the live stream started, I don't know if you guys could see. You guys could probably see me in the live stream, but what you couldn't see was how cold I was. Oh my god, I was shivering so bad and just waiting for this thing to be over. But even so, it was a lot of fun. The people from the store, they actually bought us gyros from the Halal Guys cart around the corner. And they were passing them out to everybody in line. So we had food and we had coffee, we had blankets, we had umbrellas, we had ponchos, we had everything. They made sure we were taken care of.
It's the whole time you were talking there, I was like, you're eating a gyro, and I was just ticking in my head like, gyros, how can you eat a gyro? And then, gyros, the Greek sandwich, right? Of course.
I call it a gyro. I know people call it gyros, and it's like...
It really is, it's written gyros, yeah. I was just this whole time like, tick-tock in my
just clicking.
Yeah.
Oh, gyro, right. Yeah, so we had, it was great. I'm trying to remember what else happened, even though it's like just a couple of days ago. So one other thing, just going back to how much detail they had, how much attention to detail they had. Anyone who had a phone who was low on battery could get a battery pack from the store. Like the store, they had like 100 battery packs, which were just available for people in line to charge their phones.
Really?
And these battery packs were also super premium battery packs.
They just gave them to you.
Well, those we had to give them back at the end of the night.
Yeah, I was going to say like.
But these were battery packs that I would easily pay $30 or $40 just for the battery pack. There was these nice silver battery packs. They had the Xbox logo on them. I wish I taken a picture of them, but I neglected to. But they were amazing, and it's just that level of detail put into this event that just really took it to the next level for me. It was so much fun. Yeah. And then, of course, the finale. Aaron Greenberg rolling up in that tricked out F-150 was just so amazing. And then going into the store with him, everyone cheering. Phil Spencer there behind the counter, gives me the first one. And I don't know if you noticed on the live stream, there was a standard edition and a Scorpio edition on the counter. and he gives me the standard edition. And I'm thinking, well, I'm just grateful, first of all. I'm just grateful to be in the room and getting an Xbox One X console from him. I don't care which edition it is.
Yeah, it's free.
I'm just like, it's free. You know what? Great. This is fantastic. And then going over to talk to Major Nelson, AC Bongos, and then they were the ones to say, hey, we're going to swap this out and give you the Scorpio edition. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is insane. I'm so happy and so grateful. And I can't thank those guys enough. And then I was kind of like, okay, what do I do now? I guess this is over. And then I kind of duck out. I got a lot of comments in the thread saying, hey, you kind of ducked out a little bit quickly there. What was going on? And, and honestly, I didn't know what was going on. I was just going with the flow, and it just seemed like they had cut to someone else or something like that, and that was the end of it. So that's why I kind of left, but apparently not. So,
well, I mean, you got to get home and play the Xbox. That's
the priorities.
But also, yes, I kind of want to get home and play the Xbox.
That sounds like an absolutely amazing and unforgettable experience. That's such a cool story. I mean, you've been talking for 20 minutes, and I wasn't bored at all. It was amazing. So that well done. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
I'm obviously, jelly AF, but yeah, that's great. Wow. So just before we sort of move on, you mentioned at some point during the story that this is definitely not your first rodeo. So which other launch parties have you attended?
So, oh my God, I've been doing these things since 2004.
All
was
right.
The first one I did, which was for Halo 2. And that was at the Times Square Toys R Us when it was still there. And that was great. I wasn't first. I was something like 20th in that line. But the vibe there was amazing. I mean, people in line brought their Xbox consoles to the line.
To
play Halo. They had the projector, they had the little screen, and we were playing 4-player Halo matches and co-op games all night long, leading up to this.
That's a way to pass time.
It was insane, and the store guys, the people in the store, they brought out power strips to plug everything in. And this is 2004. We didn't have smartphones. We didn't have, all those kinds of things that we have now to pass the time, but it was still super fun.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I recall correctly, I believe Bill Gates was there.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he handed the very first... he handed the very first Xbox, I think.
He handed the very first Xbox, but I do think he was there for the Halo 2 launch. I think so. I may be wrong, though. But it was still fun anyway. I mean, they had celebrities there as well. I spoke to Wilmer Valderrama from That 70s Show during that one. I mean, it was amazing. And that's kind of what... that was kind of gave me the bug for doing launch events.
That was your gateway launch event.
That was my gateway launch event. So the Xbox 360 one, the main one was in the Mojave Desert, so I couldn't get to that one. But they had a smaller one in New York, which I did go to. So I did that. The big one for me was Halo 3.
Okay.
Halo 3, that was about 10 years ago, 2007. I was also first in line for that one.
You were? Okay.
Pretty much the same kind of thing. I just set up my camp chair, I think it was 30 hours beforehand, and kind of just waited it out just like this one. But that one was amazing. They had guys from the New York Giants, the American football team, out here. They had Bungie people out there, Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb did the interviews. Jeff Keighley was all these names in the games industry that, you kind of know. But they were all there. and it was amazing. It was amazing being in that environment and had so much fun doing that. And then after that, I've done other stuff. I did the PSP launch event at the Sony store, and I did the PS4 and the Xbox One launch events 3 years ago on back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was like, what am I doing? Because it was just 1 week after another doing like in line for, God, I think the first one was 28 hours, and then the next one was like 24 hours. But the thing about it is these launch events, as you can probably tell, are huge deals. I mean, these are big productions, and it's so much fun to go out to these because these companies really do not mess around when they throw these kinds of launch events. So it's super fun.
Yeah, I'm jealous that we don't get anything like that up here in Finland. That sucks, but it's super cool that you were able to have those experiences. I think you've got to be one of the biggest Xbox fans on the planet, I think.
I mean, probably.
I think the proof is there. I can't say many other people have done that, but
there's a lot of launches.
Yeah, but let's actually let's move on very briefly because this chat has gone for a pretty decent amount of time, but we still haven't talked about the actual console itself. So the Scorpio is out finally.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's just flopping teraflops all over the joint. It's amazing. So I'm gonna basically swing it across to Carina because you did an unboxing stream, if I remember correctly.
I did.
So how did that go? I know that Josh was pestering you at one point, posting unflattering screenshots of you on Twitter.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know he took a print screen.
So what have you been playing on the X?
What have I been playing? So basically, I unboxed my X on. Actually, I got it at 1 a.m. Because I was working the midnight, but unfortunately, due to me being tired, I didn't actually unbox it till the following evening. And they have so much cardboard. Why do they need so much cardboard? Like, I understand foam because makes it padding and cosplayers love it. But why the cardboard? Like, there's so much cardboard. But anyway, so I've got boxes everywhere. But no, I did the unboxing and I did the famous, which Josh is very thankful for. The Team No Sticker, so I removed the sticker.
That was going to be my discussion, actually.
Sorry.
Are we all Team Sticker or Team No Sticker?
Team No Sticker.
I'm Team No Sticker.
Yes. So we're all kindred spirits here then.
And I will give you my justification for being Team No Sticker. For me, the sticker has a warning on it. And if you don't take off the sticker, you probably won't read the warning.
That's true.
That is a good point.
Yeah. No, this is great. I'm gonna send all of this because basically the organizer of Team No Sticker is Josh Stein, and he's been retweeting every single thing that's been hashtag Team No Sticker like all week.
I won't be surprised if it had trended be a Twitter trend on that day.
And I contributed. I made a really awful MLG 360 no scope montage parody of me pulling the sticker off.
It was brilliant.
But you got to take the sticker off. I mean, Clayton.
You got to take it off.
Clayton is Team Sticker because he's one of those people. I know, right? But he actually pulled the sticker off his Scorpio. He pulled the sticker off the Scorpio.
Oh, he pulled it off. That's good. That's okay.
Yeah.
He pulled it off.
He said, "I have to do it. This is the only time." But he did it. Thankfully.
I mean, look, all of you Team Sticker folks need to understand that the sticker has a warning on it. So if you want to read that warning, you should probably take off the sticker and join us on Team No Sticker.
Or you should just not be crazy people who leave giant stickers on
your electronics.
Stuff. Yeah, like it's just hideous.
Yeah, why would you want it there?
Yeah.
Especially if you get the Project Scorpio edition. It's like it doesn't cover the Project Scorpio bit, but it's near enough.
If it was on the back, maybe. Actually, Josh, being the harbinger of no sticker that he is, when the Scorpio was first announced, he was actually doing like a drive-by when they had 30 demo units. He walked by and ripped the sticker off of every single one.
Oh, I saw that video.
Yes, Josh, my man. But anyway, sorry, Carina, what have you been playing on the X? You got to talk about the games.
Xbox One X. So basically, obviously it came out before the Xbox One X, but I have been playing Assassin's Creed Origins.
Okay.
Which was amazing. First of all, I had an issue. They sent me my game late, and I got really salty. So I'm going to apologise to anyone who saw me vent a bit about Ubisoft. I was like, God damn it. I was like, I want my game. I was really upset because I basically went home. I didn't go home to visit my family. I actually went home to see my cats and to get Assassin's Creed because it was being delivered. And then it delivered late. And I was like, oh no. I was like, if it doesn't come in time, I'm going to go back, which means I don't get it till I go back at Christmas. And I was like, but the X is out. And I was like proper panicking. And we got the store edition. So we got the big statue. I did a little unboxing of that, but I just did that on Twitter. But honestly, that game made up for being late. It is
so
stunning.
good.
It is so stunning. I played at Eurogamer. I went to a Microsoft meetup a few weeks ago. I played it there on the X, and like just being able to just have it and play it and run around and just parkour on pyramids. Like, that's all I wanted to do, is just like I just wanted to get to the top of a pyramid. And I don't care about this. There's a lot of sand. I mean, I know it's Egypt, but there's loads and you can pet cats.
Wait, you can pet the cats? How? Because I was standing in front of one and there was no option to pet the cat.
Oh, okay. So you go to a cat, like literally. This is the bit I've been waiting for. Like, I only wanted Assassin's Creed for the cats and the pyramids. But you literally go up to a cat and crouch. And then if you're close enough, give it a few seconds, and the hand like goes over the cat's head, and it just kind of pets it automatically.
Okay, I have to be crouching and nearby the cat. Okay, it's very important.
You have to be right next to him.
Because my girlfriend declared this game like a total piece of shit when I spent ages trying to pet the cat. Because you can pet the dog. Don't
get your sword out.
And the cats in Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's even a button prompt. You just press it and he does it. So if you can pet doggos and cats in number 3, but then they've downgraded. You can't do it in this one. That's what we thought anyway. But now all is right with the world. So I'll inform her after the podcast that we don't have
that'll be the first thing you're going to do, go pet a cat.
Yeah, you're damn right. Have you tried any other games?
I have. I got one of the launch titles, so I got Super Lucky Tail. Ooh. I was playing that last night. I must admit, it's one of them games that at first I wasn't that interested in it. I was like, okay, it looks pretty. It's an Xbox exclusive, play anywhere title. But then I played it Eurogamer and I got quite into it. And then obviously, so I decided to buy it and try it out. And I thought, why not? And honestly, I'm quite enjoying it. Now, I've heard it's had a lot of mixed reviews. The gameplay itself, I don't think there's a lot to it. Like, I had a binge play of it last night, and I've already done half the game, completed it full, like half of it, which I'm a bit concerned about, because I like a good lengthy game, because I'm one of them that I binge play. I don't just play like an hour here and there. I have to sit and binge play for hours.
I mean, it's only $30 though.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, it's not, you're not paying, well, I suppose you're not paying your normal price. And to be honest, it is quite good for its price, and definitely a good filler game, or just to take a break, because I'm normally, I'm playing Destiny or playing Fortnite or Assassin's Creed, so I'm murdering people.
Right.
I mean, you kind of, now and then you kind of have to make yourself sane and kind of do a different game, but...
Yes.
No, it was...
Take a break from all the murdering.
As you do. But it's very pretty in its own way. There's a certain, you press and hold Y, and you can just basically look at the backdrop, and it's very, very colourful and bright. There's the mini games are quite good. They have a lot of like Monkey Ball and Mario-esque to them, but in a good way. The controls are a little clunky at times. It's a bit weird because you go from like a 3D kind of level to like a side scroller,
so like
kind of thing. Yeah, I suppose it's that type of thing. Yeah, but honestly, it is. I do like it. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews out there, but I am having fun playing it, and it's nice to try and collect everything. So as a filler game, I definitely advise playing it, especially as it's an exclusive on the Xbox.
Okay. Anything else?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, well, I've only been playing Assassin's Creed Origins. I did on the Xbox One X. I have I've been playing Shadow of War, but that was before I got the X, so I downloaded it. I still haven't checked out the new textures. I very briefly opened up Forza 7, and whoa, that game looks like wow. It looks amazing. I have no words for how good Forza 7 looks. I think it's going to be the best looking video game in the world right now, if I'm honest. But right next to it is Assassin's Creed Origin. That game it's breathtaking to look at, that game. I haven't been this impressed with graphics since I made the jump from the SNES to the PS1. Like,
Have you used the photo mode?
Yeah. I just haven't been that impressed by a graphics jump since then. It was just, it's wow. And I mean, it's quite different from the old Assassin's Creed games. Not only is it now open world, but the combat's been overhauled. And I don't know if I'm a huge fan yet. It feels a bit like I'm playing Zelda, in a way.
I suck at the combat.
Yeah,
I'm so bad.
It kind of frustrates me because I'd never liked the combat in Assassin's Creed. It was never why I played the game. So now the combat is like really meaty and like a real part of the gameplay. But I'm not interested in that. So whenever I have to get into it, it's like, oh, okay, fine. But
I just set everyone on fire.
Yeah,
not gonna lie. I just throw a firebomb in. I'm like, that'll do. That'll burn them to death. See you later.
I was running around smashing pots because, the Zelda thing, like, ooh, pots got to. And then, of course, I smashed open a pot that was full of oil, and I was like, oh, God, no! I'm running around on fire. It's a funny game. And I've also been playing on the Nintendo, I've been playing Super Mario Odyssey, which you guys probably should play if you own a Switch. It's good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Okay.
Now, what about you, Uchendu? What have you been playing on the Xbox One X and probably on the Switch?
Oh my god, this probably sounds weird, but I've been going back and playing a lot of older games that were enhanced.
Okay.
For the Xbox One X. So I played Mirror's Edge.
Oh, that's been enhanced? I didn't catch that.
And it's been enhanced. It runs in 4K, 60 frames per second, high dynamic range now.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks gorgeous. It's a 10-year-old game. It has no business looking this good. It's insane. It's insane how good it looks. I'll be. I don't have a 4K TV yet. I only have a 1080p TV.
Ooh,
it's a very good 1080p TV, but it's still only 1080p.
So how's the super sampling then? This is good. This is good. How does the super sampling work? Like, is it good? I have a 4K TV, so I don't know.
It's very good. I mean, you can tell that things just look just that little bit sharper, that little bit smoother and nicer, even on games that have not been enhanced. Games that have been enhanced look a lot better. I mean, they still have the 4K textures. You still get those. You still get better lighting, more lighting, better geometry and stuff like that. So games that have been enhanced still look a lot better even on a 1080p display.
Awesome.
But games that have not been enhanced, you still notice a difference there.
Okay, wow. See, I've just been like, I really should try all these games, but Assassin's Creed is a thing.
I'm really addictive, but they've brought out a new mode today. I don't know if some of you guys know. Trials of Anubis.
I saw that pop up and I was like, yeah, shut up. I've got pyramids to climb.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. I'm not going to lie. Do you know what else they've enhanced, which I only found out and I'm so pleased? We had Nick Popovich on, a few weeks back, and apparently Slime Rancher's enhanced.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
I was like, no way. I was like, I actually got really into that game after the interview, so hopefully I'll give that a try as well. Go back to it.
It was talking to Nick that convinced you to go back?
Well, yeah, it was free, wasn't it? And I was like, you know what, I played it, and then it was one of those that when I'd have a stressful week, it was nice to play, but then I just constantly kept playing it. And now and then I've stopped for a while because obviously, a lot of big titles have come out, but now because it's enhanced, I really want to see, slimes, blob about. Is that what they do? Blob about? That's what I'm going to call it. Blob about in 4K. 4K blobs.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, 4K blobs. I remember I loved his description for why the slimes, basically that they're so stupid that he doesn't have to worry about programming out the glitches, because if you see a slime stuck on a wall or two slimes stacked on top of each other. You're not going to be like, oh, this game's broken. You're going to be like, stupid slimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So have you played anything else upgraded, Uchendu, before I swing us out of here?
Let's see. I played Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I bet that was nice.
That looks gorgeous.
I have that downloaded. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited.
It looks absolutely gorgeous. And also another old game, Halo 3.
Oh, yeah, I heard they upgraded Halo 3.
Which also looks absolutely stunning now. It has no business looking as good as it does now.
Okay. I'm also really excited to see, what is it? Quantum Break and Elite Dangerous, because they already looked amazing, and I think they're going to look even better.
Quantum Break.
Yeah, Quantum Break. They gave it a full 4K update.
I might replay some of that.
Yeah. It's great. Because I'm looking at my old library with like these hungry eyes again, like, ooh, it's crazy. I've never had this happen because, normally when you move from a console, you throw away all your old games, sort of mentally, I guess, and you get new ones. But now it's like, how will my old ones look like? I have just sitting across from me right now, I have this statue of Recore. I haven't played Recore since like 2 months after it launched, and I can boot it back up now, and there'll be all this new content because they added, new stuff, and there'll be 4K. It'll be like playing a different game. It's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But also, I just want to quickly say for anyone who's listening who has got the X, the user, how do I pronounce this? Severian B? I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce your username. He posted he was the first to post. There's like 500 people who followed. He posted the Insects demo, which is this 4K HDR benchmarking software that Microsoft has made available for you to download on the Xbox One X. And I think you can download it on a normal Xbox One as well, if you have the S, and you can adjust the high dynamic range. But basically it's like a little video that you can move with the camera around and, change some options, daytime, nighttime, but whatever. But it's a really, really amazing demo because you can switch back and forth between 4K, 1080p, HDR, no HDR. And it's like, wow, the difference. Have you guys tested this?
No, I haven't got to that yet.
Oh, seriously, download Insects. There's links on the subreddit. It's hard to find if in the actual game store. I had to go to the Microsoft store on my computer and follow the link basically, and then choose to download it on my Xbox. But it's really cool. It's free, and it's not fun or anything. It's just some ladybugs. But the difference between 4K and HDR on and off, it's day and night, especially that HDR. I think that HDR is such a bigger difference than the 4K textures, if I'm honest. I mean, 4K looks good, but HDR is like, whoa, like you can really see the difference.
Very cool. I mean, I'm going to get a 4K HDR TV in the new year, and I can't wait to play all these games again.
Love it, man. You get 3 times now. You're like triple dipping. Come on.
Exactly.
But guys, basically that's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. Especially you, Uchendu, for joining us and sharing your amazing story with us. That was so cool.
Not a problem. This was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you had fun. I did too. I can't speak for Carina, but we can just pretend that we care about her opinion.
I'm just jealous that you got a free Xbox.
Yeah, I am.
And you got to meet other people and the whole event. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you're banned from coming back on here. I'm sorry.
That's
man.
it now.
We can't do that. But no.
Unless we get free towels.
Yeah, free towels.
Oh no, pillows. And pillows.
I got the towel ready. So Uchendu, how can if anyone wants to hang out with you on Xbox or whatever, basically how can they find you? Do you have a Twitter account? Did you just on the Reddit? Do you gamer tag? Tell us if you want someone to hit you up, where they can find you.
So my gamer tag is unndunn, UNNDUNN, and it's anywhere you see that, chances are it's me.
Okay.
On Twitter, Facebook, I have my domain, undunn.com, anywhere you see that stuff, it's probably me.
All right.
So
if anyone wants,
hit me up there.
Yeah, if anyone wants to harass you, that's where they should.
That's probably where I should go.
Yeah. But anyone who's listening who hasn't seen it, go and check out the 2 threads that he made. One at the beginning when he lined up, and one at the end with these awesome pictures that I've been stalking through while he was talking. They're really cool. And just what are you doing listening to this podcast? Go and play your Xbox One. Unless you're listening to us on SoundCloud, on the SoundCloud app on your Xbox One, then nice.
While playing, hopefully,
I have
with it in the background.
Yeah. This is really good Minecraft material, I have to say. But yeah,
fantastic.
Thanks, guys. And for another week, Xbox, turn off.
You're listening to Xbox One Party Chat Podcast. The official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit.
Let's do this.